Taba naba naba no rem. Hi everyone, how you doing? It's your boy Anthony Fantano, looking up at a little bit of Taba naba. You know how I do. But MTV, if you have not heard, is relaunching their legendary program, Total Request Live. Now, back in the day, this was a big show. This was an important show. Even I watched almost every day, every weekday, when I got home from school to sort of check out, hey, what music videos are the best, which ones are the most popular, who got number one, are my favorite bands on there. Everybody was watching this show. The dance music fans, the pop music fans, the rap fans, the nu metal and rock fans, like that freaking Offspring video for Pretty Fly for a White Guy was like number one for so many goddamn weeks because of the pool scene. Carson Daly loved that scene. This show is the only reason anybody cares about Carson Daly. This show is one of the few reasons MTV even had a lick of relevancy in the late 90s and the early 2000s. Like, Total Request Live was huge. And, you know, I get why millennials don't know what it is or don't care what it is now because, I mean, the whole format it was based off was, you know, is pretty much dead. You know, there's really no reason for this format to be successful going forward, which is why I have made a video here talking about 5 reasons bringing back TRL will not work and essentially why it's dumb. You know, and listen, this comes from somebody who loved the show, who enjoyed the show. The show was, you know, pivotal point of my adolescence and my teen and tween years, but I think bringing it back is really stupid and it's not going to work, so here we go. Reason numero uno. No one with credibility will premiere videos on TRL. A big thing about TRL was that they had video premieres. They had artists come on, premiere videos. It was exciting. It was the first time you were going to see a certain music video from a certain artist. But now there are so many more platforms to have your video on, especially ones that are going to get way more eyes than anything MTV has to offer, whether it be their website, any kind of social media platform they own, especially their television broadcast. Like, nobody really cares about watching music videos on MTV anymore, no matter what platform MTV is serving them off of. So why is an artist like Kanye or a Jay-Z or a Nicki Minaj or a Macklemore going to premiere a music video on TRL? It makes no sense. It would be promotional suicide. It would be like, I don't know, debuting their fucking music video on VH1, essentially. Why would you want to premiere your music video on VH1? Why would you want to premiere it on MTV? Why would you want to premiere your song on an AM radio station in Omaha, Nebraska? You know? It's like the worst place to put your freaking content. Like, nobody's going to see that shit, and if anybody sees it, they can't share it, so what's even the point? You know, so nobody's going to be premiering music videos on TRL, at least artists that have any real credibility or sway in the music industry. Like, why the hell would a Kendrick Lamar premiere a music video on TRL? It makes no sense, okay? It makes no freaking sense. Back in the day, it made sense. TRL, huge promotional sort of main vein of the music industry, okay? Big gatekeeper, front door. You want your music video on TRL, but nobody's going to do that now. Nobody's going to do that now. You know, you might be able to get like a Tyga or maybe a small up-and-coming rapper or something like that to premiere a music video on TRL, but a Chance the Rapper? Why? Why? Would not be good for them promotionally. Moving on from there, number 2. TRL and MTV will no longer corner the market on music video access. So basically, and this is kind of an extension of the first one, and this is kind of another reason why you will not have video premieres on the platform, but the thing is that the playing field has changed. Scratch that. Okay, number 2. TRL and MTV will no longer corner the market on music video access. And this isn't sort of an extension off of the first point. This isn't me saying, oh, well, they're not going to have artists premiering on there because they don't corner the market on that. Basically, the point I'm trying to make here is that artists and music fans can go look at music videos in other places. People didn't just vote for their favorite music video on TRL because they wanted their favorite artist to be number one, be number two, be out there on MTV. They voted for their favorite music video because they wanted to see it. You voted for it because you wanted to see it on the television. I think what a lot of millennials don't understand, and listen, this has nothing to do with your ability to understand these things. This is just the dumb way we used to do shit. But back in the day, when you wanted to hear a song that you really liked, or you wanted to see a music video that you really loved, you called the radio station or you called MTV and you were like, can you please play this music video? Or I'm voting for the new Britney Spears video on Total Request Live. Or can you please play my favorite song from that album? Like, it was called Total Request Live because people were requesting to see the video. Why would anybody go on MTV to request to see a music video? You can go on fucking YouTube and see a music video. You can go almost anywhere and see a music video. Why would you go on MTV and request to see a music video? That's stupid. Why would you do that? The format has changed. Nobody's going to sit around through a block of television on MTV to see a music video that they want to see. You're going to go see a music video on YouTube, or you're going to go watch a music video on Twitter or something. You're not going to wait around on some stupid MTV show to show you a goddamn music video. That doesn't make any sense. So MTV and TRL, you could see music videos in other places. Why would you wait around to see one on TRL? Number 3. Millennials don't care about seeing their favorite artist plastered on MTV. So voting in the TRL dealie, you may get some millennials to sort of, if it's like kind of a, easy click thing on their phone or on their computer to vote. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like, why would a millennial care if their favorite rapper gets to number 1 on TRL? Like, why do they care? There's so many other metrics on the internet now to measure success. I mean, millennials and tweens and teens are just looking up the Billboard charts now. I give an album a negative review, and then there are tweenagers and teenagers hitting me right away on Twitter saying, oh, yeah? Well, I just saw it did this many sales on Billboard. It's like you don't go to MTV now, at least millennials don't, to verify whether or not some artist that they like is popular or good. So why do millennials care about sort of seeing some rapper or artist they like plastered on MTV? Hey, you got to the number 1 on TRL, man. That's really great. That's really awesome. I mean, maybe some kind of obscure small artist who needs some kind of promotion, would like that sort of promotion. That's fine. That's great. But ultimately, what was the most popular on TRL were the big artists, and the big artists and their fans these days, Katy Perry, Kendrick Lamar, I can name any artist that's in the Billboard top 200 right now, or at least in the top 100. None of them care about seeing some artist that they love plastered on MTV. Why do they care? There's no incentive to care. MTV is no longer a cultural wedge in the marketplace. Their approval isn't a metric for success either. Yeah. Kind of explains itself. Yeah. I mean, again, why do the millennials care? MTV doesn't have as much sway as they used to. They're no longer the gatekeeper of this whole music thing. So why would fans go to MTV to learn about these new artists, or any artists really? Because chances are MTV is going to be getting to any and all of them late. So, it used to be back in the day that MTV would turn people on to artists and turn people on to shit, with some of the late night programming or some of the, even afternoon programming when they would be blasting all kinds of crazy music videos. These days, hot artists are made on the internet. They're not made on MTV. So MTV isn't sort of going to be creating with TRL or any programming really, sort of any artists of relevance or popularity. So again, because the millennials aren't finding out about these artists from you, why are they going to go to you to hear about them? And the last one is MTV won't make access convenient, and they aren't likely to meet millennials on their playing field. Here's the thing. Millennials do not run their lives by the scheduling of a television programmer. You know, so if you want them to watch this show, it's got to be mostly internet-based. It's got to be on the internet somewhere. It's got to be streaming live. It's got to be in the moment, which is, you know, hopefully things that they're already planning on doing. However, I predict that most likely MTV is not going to be making this shit convenient. You're probably going to have to go on their website or download some stupid app or something like that. Like, again, if you want millennials to be looking at your content, you have to go out to where millennials are and chase them down. They're not going to chase you down because, again, we went through the 4 other points. What do you have that they want? Nothing. You don't have anything that they want. So it's going to be upon MTV to go after them. And they're not going to do it because they're stuck in the Stone Age. They're trying to bring back dead television show. And they don't know how the internet works. So I predict that MTV is going to kind of, I don't know, just be face down in the water on this one because even if it could be successful to a degree, I don't think they're going to serve it up to millennials in the way that they should if they want millennials to actually consume it. And those are essentially the top 5 reasons, or just basically the 5 reasons. No real order to this. 5 reasons why bringing back Total Request Live will not work, and it's going to be a total failure. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.